mission for a certain kind of freedom, or I don't know quite how to put it, but that was a turning point. The Beatles and Elvis Presley and the advent of rock had a big influence in American life.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't put my finger, one to one. There are places where a certain piece of music has played a crucial point. The French chant in La Marseillaise, which was the marching song of the French Revolution, galvanized people. They sang it together and they felt, it says, "Aux armes, citoyens, take arms, citizens." They had been subjects, not citizens.
Mm-hmm.
The big change in the French Revolution came when people stopped being subjects and addressed each other as good morning, citizens. The world changed.
Mm-hmm.
And that music was, that piece was part of it. Other works as well, but that was decisive.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few other, but that didn't create the French Revolution. It kind of focused it in some ways. The Battle Hymn of the Republic was a great galvanizing force in the Civil War. Didn't create the Civil War, but it kind of united the Union soldiers, at least, and folks at home as well. And they felt a spiritual connection, and that felt that the war was more than just an ordinary war. It was a kind of a mission that they had to do, that they had to see through.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of popular songs written at that time in the North, both in the South too, for all I know. And they were instrumental in building the morale and determination to see the war through that only music can do.
Mm-hmm.
We had something like that in World War I. We had, you wouldn't know, Irving Berlin?
Mm-hmm.
Over there, over there, over there,
I do.
there, over there. You don't remember it?
My grandpa was a big...
Well, the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. Over there, oh, so beware, have a care. Da-da-dum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Oh, Yank, bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. And we won't come back till it's over there. Well, everybody knew that song, and they kind of unified the people. It wasn't the only song,
Mm-hmm.
but that kind of song unifies public opinion and public morale. So music plays a very important part, but it didn't create the situation, but it focused it. There wasn't any such thing in World War II. It was a grim determination to fight back after the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. But there was no song to it. There was what? Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. But that was not a rousing song.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as anything else, there are no more patriotic songs that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a very interesting question, right on the borderline, that does music certainly expresses the time, but in some sense does it focus things and change, bring about any social change? That's very hard to say. But it's an interesting question. Maybe one of you will become a sociologist with a musical background and dig into it. I think these are the important issues that one has to face. There's no music for climate change. not yet. By the time they figure it out, it'll be too late. Now, so then, where's music going? Wherever the country goes, wherever the American people go. And who can predict what's going to happen? There is, what I'm seeing is a kind of growth of the ugly side of America. Cheap cracks and right-wing radio with distortion and lies, outright lies, and millions of people are listening to it. So this is, I don't know if I cannot connect that with any music, but that's a push to the extreme right that I find very worrisome. And there's nobody answering on the other side. Because the left has been entirely discredited because of whatever, for whatever reason. No left. I'd like to see a balance of right and left, and I'd be in the center. But when people on the right look at the center, they think it's the far left. I don't want to get into politics. It's too discouraging. So, Grace, are you a music student?
Yeah.
And you play what? Piano?
I play piano, yeah. I'm not on the same level as Joey, but I enjoy it.
I refuse to call him Joey.
Oh, sorry.
He's Joseph.
Joseph.
Hey, that sounds a bit like a child.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I like Joseph. Joseph's a perfectly good name. My father's middle name was Joseph. Are you a music student?
Yeah.
And yeah. And
I study guitar.
You're not a very loud music student. Well, give her a microphone.
Oh, I study guitar.
Guitar?
Yeah.
Who do we have teaching guitar?
Anderson. Bill Anderson.
Bill Anderson?
Yeah.
Oh, give him my regards.
I will.
Uh-huh. I didn't know he was teaching any of our people. That's wonderful. He is an excellent, wonderful guitar player. Yeah, he's very, I like him. Oh, I'm glad that he's around. Does he have any more students aside from you?
I don't know if performance majors, but I guess he's the head of the guitar society at Queens.
Uh-huh. Well, good for him. Okay. I hope I run into him one of these days. Are you a music student too?
I'm only minoring, but I play clarinet.
You're a minor.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound like a minor. Okay. Well, I'd like you each to hear some more of my music.
Thank you.
And I want you each to please give me your email address so that we can stay in touch
Okay.
by one means or another.
Thank you.
And you'll get an announcement of my next performance, which is January 26th.
Okay. Do you have any final remarks that you would like to be on our video project, or?
Well, I'm very encouraged by the high level of your questions and your comments. I look desperately for signs of encouragement, and here's one of them. So I'm very pleased at the whole event here.
Good. We actually had one more question for
sure.
you, not for the interview, just for our video project. We were wondering if we could get permission to use some of your music in the background, the musical recordings.
I do not own the copyright.
Okay.
However, the recording company should have no objection to doing that.
Okay.
Wait, on your project, is that a commercial project or just purely educational?
Just educational.
You know, I consider myself a law-abiding citizen, but I break the law. But I also think that laws are made for people, not people for laws.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see why you can't do that.
Okay. I mean, we wouldn't be using very much. I think it's legal to use less than 30 seconds. Maybe we could keep it
yes,
underneath.
fair use. That's fair.
Okay.
The copyright law calls that fair use.
Mm-hmm.